Let's talk about the aliens. Let's talk about the UAPs, the unidentified aerial phenomena. Let's talk about UFOs. Let's talk about the Nordics. Let's talk about the reptilians. Let's talk about the Greys. Let's talk about what are the insectoids. Those are the four species that they claim, right? That's interdimensional. Because there is such thing as interdimensional. Interdimensional means like right now, it could be something else in this area that's walking by, working or doing something, right? The insectoids might be building. Um, everything in this world is in some type of system, some type of slave system, energetic. I just say a battery. Every type of being is being used as some type of battery, right? Not even, like I say, it's interdimensional. It's not just only this dimension. There are other dimensions that are working for this whole matrix to even exist, right? It's like a web, right? Like the World Wide Web. There are certain things in the computer. Everything in the computer has a job. Everything in the computer, storage, different type of like the ladders, is everything, the mirrors and the gold and the silver, everything has a working capability, right? So like we have certain different cultures. Every culture has a certain thing. One culture might be for the entertainment purposes, and one culture might be to make products. One culture might be to work the land and the food. One culture might be, everybody has some type of job for the matrix to actually work. Because if everybody don't work, what we like, you have to upkeep. That's one thing about the world. You have to upkeep the world. Everything's for a reason. It's just like the bees. The bees taking the honey, transferring the honey, you know what I'm saying, in the ecosystem and releasing the pollen in the sky. Everything has a purpose, right? When it rains and the trees receive the water, it's a certain reason. And like I say, precipitation, and go back to the cloud. It's a system, right? But let's go back to the UFO, the UAPs and all this, and the aliens and all this stuff coming out right now, because all the worlds are emerging right now. There are different worlds emerging right now. It's so many worlds emerging right now. They gotta tell you the truth. They gotta put it all in front of you. That's pretty much, they have to lay it all out. That's the universal law, as in they have to tell you the truth for something to work. Because if they don't tell you the truth for something to work, you don't understand it, you're not going to agree to it. It's like a contract. You have to, for you to work a job, you got to understand the job for the job to work. And then you sign the agreement, right? That's the same thing with life. For you to agree to something, like right now, the system is starting over. So they have to tell you about the UFO and the alien, because those things, that's the knowledge. They're not going to give you all the knowledge all at once. It's like a pot. It's like when you put a crab in the pot. You have to put it on. You have to simmer it first before the crab end up cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like turn full up, speed hot. You know what I'm saying? So they got to make everything simmer, and they've been simmering since, like I said in my last video, since the timeline. They've been simmering for a long time. They've been playing this game for a long time. The information they learn is not the same information they give us, right? They got to give it to you in increments. They can't give it to you all at once, because you wouldn't fully understand it, and that causes fear, and that causes people to riot and go against the system and raise holy. You know what I'm saying? So they have to get you comfortable to like accepting, like the phones. We used to get online. Bro. Like people used to be scared to get online. You put words online and pictures online. Like Facebook is FBI. Like, Facebook was something else. Facebook was a government spy system. And then they turned it into like something fun. And then because people was bored, people get bored. And then they turned it into like knowing, you started giving it everything, telling them about your day and tell everything about yourself. And pretty much everybody know your family members, who your uncle, your cousin, your sister, your brother, everybody, your kids, and what school to go to, and all this stuff. And like, it's like you gave all your life away to strangers. So it's universal law. They got to tell you the truth for you to accept it. So now with these insectoids, greys, Nordics, reptilians, these are all different types of alien beings that have, some of them are, may have they're transhumanized into humans, like done took over the human form. Right? Everybody's not human, you know what I'm saying? There are different species and they're just not telling people about them. So for you to accept this new world, this new generation, or this new AI age, or the informational age, because for one thing, China is taking over. China been telling people the truth. China is like, that's how China people kind of, because people like, man, China people are so smart. China people like, bro, these China people, they all work together, They have a different system. We have capitalism in America. You know what I'm saying? We got capitalism in America. China is mostly authoritarian. They control everything. A communist party, right? They're more controlling of everybody. They spread the wealth among everybody. It's not like a capitalistic society like America where everybody's in a race. You know what I'm saying? You able to get rich and have some type of control as an individual. China, they limit that. You don't have to cheat. Everybody's like the prices the prices of homes. Everybody's like, you can't raise the prices on your own. It got to be in certain parts at certain prices. And that's how they work theirs. But America, like they America is far behind. America behind. America is behind. So now America wants to catch up to China because China got all this new technology. China got all this flying cars. China really in the Jetson age. Like, America wanted to be in the Jetson age. They've been doing this since the 50s, the early 50s, the 60s, right? They've been had the whole Jetsons thing. If you go to Seattle, they got the Needle building, right? Looking like the Jetsons home. They've been telling you this since the early 60s. They put it in the cartoons, they put it in the movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been wanted that futuristic, back to the future type of thing, and China always kind of like been ahead because China been preparing their people, and America just been preparing for wars. They have really been preparing for the technology like China been preparing for it, because we're such a capitalistic society. And we spend all our money on, America spend all their money on, like I said, wars and guns and bombs and taking everybody else's gold and gems and, precious stones out the ground, because that's how a lot of stuff works. That's how a lot of technology works. That's how a lot of, I'm trying to watch my words. That's why I'm kind of... That's how a lot of stuff is being developed, because they do this for years until a war. They will dig up precious metals in the ground and then create the ammo or create the new technology, like for the phones and everything like that. But like I said, mainly for wars, for battle. That's why they always go through a war maybe like years later, and they prepare for wars. Wars are not just fought every year, they prepare for wars. But China been preparing for the war and preparing for the technology, and because they have everybody working together as one. But now the U.S. want to catch up. But my point is, they telling us this now because they want us to keep up with the technology, because whoever controls the technology control the people. But you have to have the people have to know what's going on for the technology to work, or the technology to develop, or for you to agree to the technology, right? Like I said, they don't want to be left behind, but they already left behind. They know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they obsolete now. It's just like a bank. Like, the banks is obsolete now. It's like the money too slow for the banks. So it's like the banks hasn't developed fast enough for sending money, because we got Cash Out, we got Zelle, we got like what's the other one? We got so many ways to send money, crypto. It's so many ways to actually send money now, VIA through the phones, the banks is slow now. You know, the banks you sending money, it might take weeks, and then the fees and all that stuff like that. It's everything changes, so they're going obsolete. So they don't want to change. So if they change, they have to agree to another system. Means they don't have control over the new things. Just because they got money, it's just like when the scientists, bro. It's like just because they got the money, they ain't gonna understand the technology like that, because that's old. You know, that old technology. It's just like right now, if you go back and use a typewriter, it could take you to write a book. You know, it might take you a long time to write that while everything is being pastured. So they have to tell you the truth. But going back to, like I said, the aliens, bro. They got aliens.com. Now they're gonna tell you aliens.com has everything to do with the legal aliens, people from different cultures, you know, different ethnic groups, and you know the ICE thing going on right now. But I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do, bro. And I'm gonna tell you how they gonna do it. I'm gonna do a part 2. I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do, and I'm gonna tell you how they're gonna do it, because it's got everything to do with the aliens, the UAPs, and y'all just stay tuned. Watch the next video. And y'all stay tuned. Y'all know what time it is, man. Episode 727. Let's go.